Sean Salisbury here for my Picks-Wise NFL Talk of the Week. A look ahead at some of the games, including Monday Night Football. A look back at some of the things that happened yesterday and some of the things that stuck out for me. And by the way, have a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope it's a great week for you guys, a healthy one, and you get a lot of good food. Let me start with a look back yesterday. Minnesota Vikings on a hot streak trying to get themselves in the playoff picture. See, on a PGA Tour when you're golfing, you're supposed to par the at least a lot of times par the par threes. That's the tough opponent. You got to birdie the par fives to win events, whether it's majors, the British Open, the Masters. You got to birdie the par fives. The Dallas Cowboys are a birdie game yesterday, and the Vikings couldn't pull it off at home. Cowboys jump back into it and are quite frankly only a half a game out of first place in the NFC East. And with Andy Dalton back, they look like the team that's going to go on and win the NFC East, and they will. That's number one. Two is the Colts D. We're at a time, two defenses that stick out. We're at a time when offenses and quarterbacks win championships, right? It appears. It's no longer the defense wins championships. Well, you still got to run it, and you still got to play some good offense and have a great quarterback. And that's usually going to be the thing that makes people pick winners, right? Got to have great quarterback play. Two teams that stick out on the defensive end, and there's others. The Indianapolis Colts, second half, went after Aaron Rodgers. They forced 4 turnovers in the game, held them to 3 points, took them to overtime, and took care of their business. Phillip Rivers played lights out. If you don't hit Phillip Rivers, then he can set his feet. He's going to score points on you. They ran the football 37 times, although they didn't dominate. When you run for $140, that's pretty good for a Colts team that's still trying to find their way running the football. Their defense, they are set up for December and January. So be careful when you're picking against the Colts. I'm not sure. And then you look at their schedule and say, fairly favorable. Pass protection and defense, and their defense will force some turnovers and get after you. They don't give a lot. And the other team's the Steelers. They are on pace. They're pushing 40 sacks in 10 games. They're 10-0. Somebody each week's winning the game for them, whether it's the safety position, whether it's T.J. Watt, whether it's Ben Roethlisberger, Claypool, 10 touchdowns in 10 games, which we haven't had since the Super Bowl era. This is a rookie. So they've got everything they need in that defense. When all else is in place and their quarterback and other quarterbacks are making plays, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to get stops. You want to talk about a team that's set up for January? It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And 2 other teams that played last night, Sunday Night Football. First of all, Mahomes makes the position look way too simple, way too easy. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I know Pittsburgh's undefeated, but when all is said and done and you're looking at home field, because home field will matter not because of fans, but because certain places people like to play. I don't think you want to go to Arrowhead. You would rather go to Pittsburgh if you're Kansas City, and Pittsburgh doesn't want to go there, although Pittsburgh's great. I'm going to tell you, Mahomes makes it look way too easy, and when we're all picking games, when it comes down to it, don't be surprised if Kansas City in their division tries to sneak in and take this home field advantage away, but Pittsburgh is the most complete team right now. Mahomes, it's just stupid good. It's ridiculous to watch him. And the Raiders are showing toughness as you start to pick. The Raiders are going to the playoffs, so when you're picking to make your money, the Raiders will make the playoffs. They will make it as a wild card, and they've proven that nobody plays the Kansas City Chiefs this year better than them. So when you're picking games and betting, this team is going to win. Derek Carr has proven that he's not only leadership but playing great football, and that he's a franchise quarterback. So as you start to pick ahead, say, look at the toughness that the Raiders are playing with. I might have said Oakland. I mean the Las Vegas Raiders. Look at that, and this is a team that may make you some money and will make you some money down the stretch. They are going to the playoffs, along with Cleveland and one of those 2 teams, either Indianapolis or Tennessee, as your wild card hopefuls and division winners. 2 of those teams are headed to the playoffs as well. One of them will be a wild card, and those are your 3 wild cards. Now, moving forward as teams on the Thanksgiving, the Lions and Texans. Listen, the Texans played their most complete game. Detroit was awful yesterday. Matt Stafford, I think he kind of likes Thanksgiving. It's 2.5 points for the Texans. I'm not so sure that even in Detroit with Matt Stafford that I like the way they don't do much. If Stafford doesn't play well, you don't have much of a chance yet. Same thing with Watson. And I think Watson's playing at such a high level. I don't mind them by a field goal in the football game. The Cowboys are going to win the division. They play Thanksgiving Day. They're going to beat up on the Washington football team, even though that defense shows up. Dalton's the difference. Even though no Dak Prescott, they're starting to run it. Playmakers, too many playmakers in the game. The Cowboys are going to win this one by more than a field goal and are going to go on and win this division. And then the Saints, the question is we look down the road and to next week. I'm curious, the Saints are 6-point favorites in Denver. with Taysom Hill, who played really, really good football in his own building in New Orleans at home, did a great job. The question is, against Denver, is he going to be able to go on that road and throw the ball to win if Denver takes away the run? At -6, I think the Saints win, but the Broncos might keep that a little closer if Taysom Hill can't throw the ball 25 or 30 times outdoors, and who knows what the weather's going to be like, although he's a BYU guy, so he's seen it. And then finally, the Bills and the Chargers are my most intriguing game, or at least one of them, coming up this weekend. Herbert's been so good. 98% of the football world was wrong on the guy. They expected it to be a slow process. Hell, he's throwing 2 touchdowns each week. He's going to be the offensive rookie of the year, and that's saying something. Now with Joe Burrow hurt, saying something. He's been great. Now can he go on a road in what's going to be cold weather against Buffalo, whose defense has not been as good this year, but their offense is carrying them? That's 5.5 points by the Bills. This is where Herbert, I believe the struggle is going to kick in a little bit, but this kid has been fabulous. Buffalo's going to win the division. I believe Buffalo's going to win this by a touchdown. This will be their best defensive performance against a good quarterback this year. I like Buffalo as we look ahead. Those are some of your look-ahead. Spreads may change during the week, but right now, that's how I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it for Thanksgiving. I'm going to eat it all up, and I hope you guys do too, and I hope you have a great football week. Sean Salisbury, Picks Wise. We'll talk to you later in the week. College football right around the corner.